Good morning. I'm ALANCOOK, the proud owner of the Midion painting, and the Mona Lisa is what we've been playing with. I have found many of my images in the Midion painting in the Mona Lisa. Thousands. I have well over 500 YouTubes, and I'm going to tell you that for sure. My belief is extremely strong that the Mona Lisa is a child and the Midion is a older, mature Mona Lisa when she grew. What always bothered me a little bit, if you can see, that if I zoom in, you'll see that the older Mona Lisa's arm is hidden a lot. You don't see her hand, and that you will see that the finger is bent. Well, that's a big question mark. And I may have the answer. Let me tell you that I was accidentally looking for something on the internet, come up with something that I didn't know that it had about. Leonardo Da Vinci had a stroke and he was paralyzed on the right side. Well, a lot of people, when they buy car parts, they say I need a right fender, but they're looking at it from the outside at the windshield, which really means they need the left side. So I'm thinking, are they confused or something? Because, you know, her finger's bent. Well, maybe she had arthritis, maybe that was part of the stroke, maybe that was also part of the brush that went through it, or it was one of his hidden codes to allow this painting to slip through the hands of making it look not being valuable. For the reason is because if you can't do hands, you're not a good artist, and that's the way the artists see it. Well, there may be an answer to it, so hear me out. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to show you that this image here, turned sideways 90 degrees to the right, comes out to be this X-ray right here. And when I blow up this X-ray, which is quite something, you can actually see the Mona grown in it, but that's not what I'm after to show you. If I go up to image and I go to adjustments and I go to exposure, and I give it a fairly, I think it was 457 points. And just get about the right amount that I feel comfortable that I remember it at, so I don't. There, 457. Now, out of this, if you see, okay, how the Mona could be in here, okay, hidden, because it's in different layers. Of course, the Mona's everywhere because he's a puppy dog that turns into more. But if you look at this guy here, there's a guy right here, and he actually is using part of the arm as which is the left arm. He's using the arm in the painting. If I reduce down the flow a little bit, maybe it comes out a little better, but you have to have an imagination of his art of cartoons. But if you see, you'll see this eye, and you see this eye, and then it also becomes a bigger face if you want, but let's stick with this eye and this rectangle look, and then this being the torso. And out of the torso, this projects to be the cartoonish arm. But if you do that, on this side, here's his arm, and it's like Captain Hook, claw hand, like the internet says, and it's his right side. So that's very interesting that because it's older and it's within the last, probably the last 5 years of his life of when he had a stroke, he's simulating his diary, which I know this is a diary of his works. But I didn't know that he was, you know, I used to be handicapped, so I didn't know that he caught a handicap type deal. A stroke must have been something, but what a strong man to be able to paint himself of his life of deterioration in one sense, but still able to perform this magnificent art with his other hand, even if the finger is made for an illusion, or for that he was a tool that he constantly had and his finger turned that way, because I've seen painters' hands climp and like they're always holding a brush because their hands get that way of so much work, or it was part of the stroke. So there's many questions that are going on in my painting, and I really am extremely interested. Now if you can see, it actually becomes a circle, and this is kind of like a strap over and a strap over, and this kind of looks like an arm, and this kind of looks like the arm, and it's like a Captain Hook, isn't it? I mean, there's many other images in here, don't get me wrong, but if you turn this up, this is the pleat of my man, and this is his head, and here's the other pleat, and my woman's down over here. So if I go to skew this so you know which way this is directed, you can see her face over here. So like again, it's turned 90, and I thought that that was one of the most interesting life stories that's hidden deep within the painting. If I can find this same image in the younger Mona Lisa, it most likely, I don't know if it would be in an X-ray deep. I do believe it would be on the clear. Let me tell you that there's a, whoops, let me, it would be on the clear. If you can see me, you see how when I hold the button and the lighter pixels, and I let loose and goes, see? I would believe that image would be on the top layer in reverse because it happened earlier in one sense. But, you know, with Leo, who knows? We get up there and you say, I did it all in one day. And you guys thought it took me years. Wow. This guy was a genius. We know it. Anyway, the Midion, if you follow my 500 YouTubes, is the older Mona Lisa. It's a diary. I own it. And I could use your approval, if I may. But be careful if you do subscribe, because I'm going to continue. You're going to be bombarded with 4 or 5 YouTubes a day, or 12 in 3 or 4 days, or one a day. I do all this without any editing so far. Plan on editing, but at this time every YouTube has been unedited, and it's been truthful and nothing to be deceivable. I'm an honest individual, and I'll leave this with these kind words. Stay safe. God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. And you all have a beautiful life. And I'll see you in heaven if I don't have the great fortune to see you in person on earth. Amen.